Hey Facebook, here I am with some more stories from the road. So in the late 90s, I was in a band, but I was also in the music business as like a gopher, a production assistant, a runner. And I got to meet a man who would become my mentor for life, like a second father to me, a guy named Patrick Stansfield. This man is a legend in the business. He tour managed the Rolling Stones and Bob Dylan and Santana, and he worked with Bob Marley. I mean, this guy worked for everyone. And I got to work for him for 2 years. I had the privilege of working for him as his basically production assistant or office manager in Sherman Oaks, California. Now, at the time, during the time we were working, he worked on both Barbra Streisand and Neil Diamond's world tours. So he was Neil Diamond's tour manager, basically, and I'll never forget, I had been working for about 6 months for Neil Diamond. I had been, running errands, going down to Neil's, studio in Hollywood and meeting their people. And, I was just a young kid, and I had been at rehearsals, and I remember one time we were at, I think it was Sony or Culver rehearsals down in Hollywood, and we were rehearsing for Neil Diamond's world tour, and we were outside. They were during a break, and I was standing there, and of course my nickname was Sparky at the time, and one of you comments, "Sparky, you're going down. I'm unfollowing you." No, I'm kidding, but Neil Diamond turned around, and I had no idea he even knew who I was, okay? Neil Diamond turned around and he said, "Hey Sparky, I just want to thank you for the great work you're doing for me and the team. I really appreciate you." And I just thought, oh my gosh. I walked out and I told my mentor Patrick, I said, Neil Diamond just talked to me and thanked me for the work. And I thought, you guys, I'll never forget the gratitude that he had. Neil Diamond knew everybody's name in his organization, and he had like hundreds of people that were working for him. And I will tell you right now, that man taught me that you have gratitude in your life for everybody and everything. Don't take it for granted. Always thank people for the work that they do. Have you ever been to dinner or to lunch? You've ever gone out and you've taken the bill, like you've paid for lunch or you've paid for dinner, and people don't say thank you for it, and you kind of think, oh, I wasn't really maybe expecting a thank you, but maybe just an acknowledgement, I can't tell you how many people I have taken to lunch and bought the lunch and have never even acknowledged a thank you. I can tell you I've spent hours and hours doing favors for people and never gotten a thank you. Now, I go into life with no expectations. That's just me, because when you get positive affirmations, you get surprised and you don't get let down all the time. But I will tell you, if you can practice gratitude in your life, it will make you better. Your relationships will be better. People will respect you more. So when my mentor, Patrick Stansfield, passed away, there's still a big gaping hole in my heart at having him gone and not in my life. He would help me with every job I ever did. I called him, he consoled me. When Patrick passed away, they had a service at PRG Lighting in Hollywood, I think it was, or out in the valley, and Neil Diamond showed up to his service and showed the gratitude that he had for this man. And I just want you to know that gratitude will get you everywhere in life. So take that lesson I learned from Neil Diamond. He remembered the little guy. I talked about this yesterday, but he thanked me personally for the work that I did for him, and I will never forget it. Thank you guys. Have an awesome weekend.